Bilstein. I got no idea how to pronounce them, but they're allegedly the cat's meow in terms of shocks. So, I decided to order some off Amazon. Front shocks, 5100 series. Rear shocks, 5100 series. I am putting this on F250 FX4 6.7 Powerstroke diesel. So I've already done the rear shocks. This is honestly my very first time to ever put shocks on the vehicle, not pay somebody else to do it. So I pulled off the Ranchos that were on there. I did order some of this penetrating lube nut stuff. Appeared to work pretty good. I also did not have a breaker bar, believe it or not. So ordered one of those off Amazon. I didn't have an 18mm socket. Also had to order one of those. And it uses a 15mm and an 18mm. And that's really about it. So let's get under the truck and take a look. So again, being my first time to do this, I didn't really know the correct protocol, but I did determine after trial and error that I needed a jack and some wooden blocks to get it to line up. And it's very, 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 very important not to let that little strap that comes over the top of it to hold the pressure loose, because else then you're in a big pickle. So that nut up there, that's an 18mm. This side is 15, and that's 18. So again, not terribly hard with my limited mechanic skills, but you see the jack I had to use. And some wooden blocks to get it positioned properly. Again, the top one's 18mm, and on the bottom you got a 15 and an 18. Now to do the front shocks. Assistant Emery wanted to point out how none of the tires had rocks in them, because she has spent the last 20 minutes picking all the rocks out of my tires. Thanks, I guess. So I got one of the front shocks in, much more difficult than the rear shocks. Again, this is my first time changing out shocks. That's an 18mm down there. Up here, if you can see that one, it's a 19, and I'll go show you the other new one that I hadn't put in so you can get a better idea. Alright, so here's the new one. That is a 19mm. So the Rancho had this, which was easier because I got lots of wrenches. The Bilsteins or Bilsteins, or however they're pronounced, have a little hex head, which it's not any kind of standard size in my metric, I guess, assortment of tools is lacking. So the only thing I could find that would fit it was this random toolkit thingy that I got cheap, some kind of freebie something. I don't know where it came from, but it fits. It was the only thing I could find that fit. None of my hex head stuff would fit. This is the only one that fits. So I had to stick this in there, hold it with a pair of pliers while I got the 19mm and tighten it down. So just some ingenuity there on that. Again, If I knew what the heck I was doing, I probably would have had this done a long time ago, but I'm figuring out as I go. Shock installed. I'm gonna go give her a test drive and see how these work. I'm sure it's gonna be like night and day because those Ranchos were just shot. But I'm gonna take a shower first because it's Texas. It's the weekend before 4th of July and it's 1 o'clock and it's gonna be 100 degrees today. So yay, fun times. So I've showered up after putting the shocks on, and it was one of those ones where we've all had them. After you get done, you have to wash the inside of the shower, else your wife kills you in your sleep because you made a mess in the shower. So anyway, but took a trip to the K Roger, filled up with some diesel. Of course, the roads around here are fine, so it's, I mean, no test of new shocks. I even tried to find some of the county roads, and the stinking county had fixed a couple of the dips that I was aware of, so kind of whatever on that. So I did find a construction site I'm going to kind of cruise around in and test out on the rough terrain, because I really don't feel like driving to the deer lease and back today because it's 97 degrees already, so yay. Here's a construction site of the many neighborhoods that are going in around here. I know it's not off-roading, but it's the closest facsimile that I can find to test out the new Steerox. And I did never find out if it's supposed to be Bilstein or Bilstein, so tomato, tomato, whatever. So, they're shocks, they're new. They ride better than the old ones because the old ones were shot out. I guess you got 186,000 miles, that'll happen. So, are they worth the extra money? Sure, why not? Put them on myself. So, now my brother's probably gonna buy something to put on his truck. But, do what you want. New shocks are good. Spend the extra money, why not? Oh, let's hit some of these potholes just because.